At the moment, Fiji doesn't really have a tourism industry to speak of, which is a shame, because last year was a bumper record year for tourists visiting the idyllic destination. 77,000 people went to Fiji last year in April. 770 odd went just in last month. It leads the new tourism minister to say that it'll be no return to tourism as normal anytime soon. The minister is Koya. He joins me now from Fiji. Minister, we heard earlier in our programme today the plan of the Greek tourism minister to reopen the country. It's very detailed. Does Fiji have a plan to reopen tourism in the near future?
Well, Richard, yes, it does. We've actually been doing a lot of work on our re-entry with respect to tourism. The entire tourism department at the ministry has been focused on doing a recovery paper, which is really essential for us. The Tourism Fiji has prepared a 4-stage market re-entry, and one of the most important things to us, Richard, is our visitors that come from our neighbours, Australia and New Zealand, because they form a substantial part of our market. And we currently are in negotiations with Australia and New Zealand with respect to joining a bubble. So that's one of the most important things for us.
That's crucial. I mean, that is absolutely crucial that you become part of a bubble that would include the ANZAC countries, the existing ANZAC countries. But the problem, of course, again, is who wants to sit on a plane for 8 to 10 hours in this environment?
As I said, for us, it's the Trans-Tasman thing that is extremely important. People who travel longer distances to come to Fiji form a smaller part of it. So the first stage of our re-entry is targeted towards the Australian New Zealand market. Effectively is about 70 to 80% of our. It's our first point of re-entry.
Yes, I just got to ask.
That we're actually.
My apologies. I've just got to ask you, Minister, you're quoted as saying COVID-19 could be a way of Bhagwan, God or Allah's way of stopping what had become routine for most people. Did you say that? And if so, what did you mean by that?
Yes, I did. It was actually a statement made in Parliament. And, on reflection, it's something that everybody around the world needs to rethink about. It was relative to how we need to not just reset, but reinvent how business is done. And even with us, with tourism forming such a huge part of our GDP, it's about almost 40%. Everything needs to be re-engineered into with how we're actually going to do all of this after COVID has stopped. And that's all it was. It was just relative to that. And, our recovery documents that we're actually doing.
We will talk more in the future, sir. I'll promise you we'll talk again about Fiji and how you are progressing in your recovery plan. I'm glad to have had you on the programme.